That was the worst song in the history of mankind. Delete this. ¿Qué onda, besties? If it hasn't been made evident yet, Tame Impala is one of my favorite artists of all time, if not my favorite artist of all time. And I don't do music reviews very often. The last music review I did was of The Slow Rush, which is his previous album. And so today we are going to give our first impressions of this album. This is my first time listening to the album and reading the lyrics because I cannot understand the lyrics. I'm so sorry. And yeah, while Tame Impala is my favorite artist of all time, I don't glaze like that. I am gonna keep this review pretty real and honest as best as possible. This is his 5th album and he made his way to a whopping 5.5 years for this album. Now we're here at Deadbeat. The first song was teased on my birthday, June 7th, in a club in Barcelona. All right, without further ado, here is My Old Ways.
Back into my old ways.
Ooh, the little bubbles. I like that. Period. That drums, ooh, it's so good.
Back into my old ways again.
So I love how this song starts off as a voice memo and then it immerses you into that world. In my opinion, I think this is one of the stronger openers for an album. Not as strong as Let It Happen, but this is a really great way of opening up this theme, this concept of like the inner turmoil going on and just feeling yourself slipping back into old habits. One thing that I love about Tame Impala songs is that he tends to add this inner dialogue of what the person or himself is going through in this song, kind of like a back and forth, kind of like an intrusive thought that just won't go away. And this is what this song is giving, and I absolutely love that this is the opener. All right, next song, No Reply. You see, I've always felt a very strong emotional connection to Tame Impala's lyrics. I have synesthesia and I'm a mellophile, audiophile, whatever you want to call it. I just have such a strong connection to music. And when stuff like this comes out and these types of lyrics come out, it just makes me want to cry, because this is why I fell in love with Tame Impala's music. Feeling like that outsider that doesn't fit in, a type of person that prefers solitude. And like my friends and I, we can relate to these lyrics so much. Now the instrumentals for this song, when I first heard it, I immediately thought Alter Ego. This is Alter Ego's sister. Very reminiscent of the Inner Speaker era. Obviously following the new sound that Kevin is going towards. I apologize for the no reply. Wish I could describe what goes on inside. I love it. I love the lyricism. I love that it feels like you're running through a jungle. The piano at the end kind of references something down the line in the album, which I do love that. Yeah, this song, 10 out of 10. I love this song so much. All right, next up. This is a staple. This is a Halloween classic. This is going to go so hard in the live shows. Honestly, the reason why I'm so excited about this album is because there is actual music you can dance to now. Back then we had Is It True? And The Less I Know The Better. And now we have way more songs that we can dance to. Songs that I can work out to. I'm so excited.
So much for closure, I lost composure.
Kevin, you're a sassy man. Is it my favorite song? No. I do love the instrumentals. That bass line is so punchy. I love it. But I probably put this one at one of my least favorites in the album. Not because it's not good. but because I don't really see myself gravitating to listening to this, so I give it a very high rating in the instrumentals, especially when you listen to it with headphones. All right, next up, this is allegedly the Bad Bunny song. I don't agree with that, but here we go. Woo! Yes! Oblivion. I love it! So I'm not gonna lie, the first time that I heard this song, I could not tell the difference between that one and No Reply, just because of the drums, and I was like, I don't know if I like this one, not gonna lie. Now that I read the lyrics and heard it through headphones, damn. I'd say this is the first song in the album that is a completely different sound than what he's done in the past. It's kind of like this world dembow Afrobeats type of vibe, and a lot of people are criticizing this song because they're like, I don't see Kevin doing dembow or reggaeton or like world beat, but his parents are from Africa, but his parents are from South Africa and Zimbabwe, so this isn't really like culture appropriation or anything. This makes sense. It makes perfect sense. So at first listen, this was not one of my favorite songs, but it's starting to grow on me, I'm not gonna lie. It's starting to grow on me. All the little synths, all the little sounds that are thrown in there. And for this song, the color that I see is just like blue clouds, like floating dreamscape. It's good. It's a really good direction. I'm excited. All right, halfway done with the album, and we are moving into Not My World. Again, with that voice memo type of vibe, okay? Walking down the street, I'm floating. Kind of dragging your feet a little bit, you know? It's not my world. I got chills! Stop! Another song that is very reminiscent to me of Inner Speaker for some reason. This song just transports me. This is my first time listening to this song with headphones, and I have goosebumps. This is like the perfect dissociation song. Starts off with like him kind of dragging his feet, kind of talking like he's mumbling, very bored, walking down the street, and then he's like, this is not my world. I release these expectations, and he goes into the freaking jungle, a psychedelic jungle, and he just fucking vibes out. And he takes us along that journey into that psychedelic jungle and just getting lost. A lot of people are saying we're not really getting apocalypse dreams, we're not getting a Let It Happen. But this to me is pretty on par with that. You know, the type of song you can garden to and just like have an existential moment. All right, the next song, Piece of Heaven. This is such a theatrical song. I love it. The theatrics, the drama.
But I think it's fun. To me, it's divine.
Reminds me of the Beatles for some reason.
Forever and ever. Being out on in here, I don't care.
So this is a nice breath of fresh air in the middle of the album. We start to see some lighter lyrics, some more romantic lyrics. Some of the vocals in this song remind me of the Beatles. This song has kind of the same theatrics, similar to One More Hour in my opinion. And then we see the return of that piano melody from No Reply. This song also kind of introduces this pop, this like Chainsmokers pop, which I don't think we've heard from the Tame Impala project. So I'm kind of excited to see if he explores that avenue a little bit more. Not to spoil anything, but I think this song would have made an incredible closer to the album. And then with the return of that piano piece, you kind of have like this really dreamy love song kind of go back into that negative headspace of the album. Back to that like inner dialogue, inner conflict. All right, next up we have Obsolete.
Always was so easy hanging out, but it sure doesn't feel like that now.
That was a fun little tune. I really like the Spanish rumba guitar. I like the melodies of the song. I just feel like it drags just a little bit. Like I said, I was gonna keep it real with you guys. It's a nice little dancey tune, but this is probably one of the ones that I won't really reach for just because there's so many good, like amazing songs in this album. So, all right, the next song, Ethereal Connection. This one was a B-side of the end of summer 7-inch single vinyl that came out. It was like a limited time release thing. This song is a journey in of its own, very heavy on the instrumentals, and I do like that he's exploring this like techno side. It's a good little dissociation song, just something you can just vibe to and just exist to, which I do like that. I really do like the panning that was going on in the headphones, in the mind. It's not my cup of tea, so I'm gonna put it towards like the lower end of the list along with Obsolete and Loser. But so far I'm liking the variety in this album. All right, we're moving into See You on Monday, You're Lost. Wild and great till they gotta be great. I don't know why, it just reminds me of Lizzo.
And it happens at every time.
I like that. I like the little dip.
Said I'm the one you want, and you can turn it on, but lost.
God, I hope Kevin Parker doesn't watch this. Okay, so there's like this inside joke in the Tame Impala community that's sort of like a bait and switch. So people will ask you, what's your least favorite Tame Impala song, right? And the joke is you're supposed to say like, I like all of them, like they're all amazing, blah, blah, blah. Because if you say that you don't like a song, then you're called a fake fan and you're called a hater. Should I even be saying this on the internet right now? And it's okay, you don't have to like every single song that an artist puts out. That doesn't mean that you don't support their art. They are welcome to do whatever they want with their art. But will I be listening to this song unless I am, listening to the album in its extent? No. Could this song have been an interlude? 100%. But it's not my decision. It's not my art. I am only the receiver of the art, the person that perceives the art. And that is my opinion on this song. Yeah, okay, moving on. Guessing you know where I'm gonna put that song on my list. It's going down to the very, 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 very pit of the rock bottom. But on the opposite end of rock bottom, you have this.
Are you parading all your lovers to me? I can be emotional. I'm an afterthought to you. Do I say to turn this around? Afterthought to you. Thought to you.
Nothing to see here. That was the worst song in the history of mankind. Delete this. Delete this. Inject this song into my veins immediately. Thank you. All right, Pinhead, we're at the last song.
I am still your friend. If you think it's worth it, just means that I'll see you when I see you.
And there we have it. Deadbeat, Tame Impala, 2025. So for my closing thoughts on this album, is it my favorite album? No. Is it my least favorite album? No, I cannot decide which one's my least favorite because I like them all. My final thoughts on this album. Amazing opener. I think this was one of the stronger openers of any Tame Impala album, next to Let It Happen. Some really strong contenders for my favorite song are No Reply, Dracula, Not My World, Piece of Heaven. Afterthought, End of Summer. Those are amazing songs. I see them becoming part of my regular Rolodex of favorite Tame Impala songs. Some weaker points in the album, in my opinion, were Loser, Obsolete, See You Monday. Some nice surprises were Oblivion, Ethereal Connection. I think this album is a great follow-up to The Slow Rush. I do love that there are still some traces of Inner Speaker, like an example, No Reply. I just feel like that's Alter Ego's sister. Like, it's such a good song. Not My World also has that dissociation into the woods type of vibe that Inner Speaker has. I feel like Afterthought has its potential to be viral, like a viral top hit of Tame Impala. It's so good. Initially, I had given this album a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. But after listening to it a little bit longer, letting those thoughts marinate, it's easily an 8 out of 10. It's so good. The only things that would have brought my rating up on this album is if it was structured a little bit differently. Kind of like how The Slow Rush is essentially the calendar of a year. Currents is a progression of the end of a relationship into a new relationship. It is one of his more vulnerable lyrics. I just wish the track list painted a little bit more of a story. I don't feel like the narrative or the theme has much of a closure, versus if the album had ended with Piece of Heaven, I feel like that would have been a little bit more of a closure. But I do like the unpredictability of this entire album and its rollout. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on this album? Let me know in the comments below. What are your favorite songs? What are some songs that grew onto you initially didn't really like? What were some standout moments? Did anything remind you of any previous albums? Are you excited for the concerts? What do you think the concerts are gonna be like? I'm gonna be at the Austin show, so if you see me, please come and say hi. And the wait is finally over. We have entered a new Tame Impala era, and I'm so excited for everything that's to come. I'm gonna be at a listening party on Saturday, and then we're going to do the cleanup and then the concert, so it's going to be a very interesting month. But yeah, I'm going to go listen to this album like 100 more times. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you like this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Let me know if you guys want to see more music reviews. I love listening to music, and it's one of my favorite passions. And yeah, all right. Bye!